Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ethan Atlan, and I am the founder and CEO of AccuCell Biotechnology, and we're bridging the gap to better drug development. Let me tell you a story about why I founded AccuCell. Think about a mother holding her sick child, waiting anxiously at the pharmacy counter. The pharmacist finally calls her name, but instead of relief, she's met with the crushing news that the medication her child desperately needs is $2,000, far beyond what she can afford. Now, think about your mom or your dad being diagnosed with a chronic and life-threatening illness. There's a promising new treatment available, but the approval is still years down the line. The wait is unbearable, and the potential cost of the drug, if it ever becomes available, is likely beyond what your family could afford. This heartbreaking reality is not just about the high cost of drugs. It's about a broken system. The drug development process is incredibly long, expensive, and risky. To develop a single drug, it takes 10 to 15 years and up to $2 billion. Well, that sure is long and expensive. But why risky? Well, you might not believe this, but 90% of drug candidates fail in clinical trials. Why? A major reason for these failures is the reliance on animal models that often fail to predict how humans will respond to new treatments. And we saw this very clearly and painfully during the COVID-19 pandemic. During this period, researchers were scrambling to find an animal model that would accurately replicate the human response to the virus. They tried mice, ferrets, hamsters, and even primates, but none of these worked. During this period, we lost precious resources, but most importantly, lives. Millions of them. According to the WHO, we lost about 3 million lives during that period. I know the desperation we all felt waiting for that vaccine. I know not a single one of us here wants to feel that ever again. These challenges have made one thing very clear. We are in urgent need of more reliable testing that can accurately predict how humans will respond to new drugs and treatments. This is where we come in. Introducing our microorgan device. Our device is powered by licensed NASA technology and cutting-edge advancements in tissue engineering. It offers low-cost, efficient testing on human cells, not animals, and highly accurate human responses. How does it work? Enables us to grow human cells on a glass slide that is no bigger than your thumb. In this slide that we call a chip, we can grow cells from multiple different types of organs to recreate a human-like environment to test new drugs like in animal studies, but at a fraction of the cost and at a much higher efficiency. Also, what makes us really special is our liberty of configuration, our ability to customize and adapt our devices to our customers' specific research needs. Our business model is strategically designed to target contract research organizations, or CROs. CROs are billion-dollar companies that conduct research for pharmaceutical firms. Targeting them as our primary clients enables us to place our devices inside their extensive drug development pipelines, bringing higher accuracy, cost reduction, and faster time to market. These three are critical needs for these CROs. Now, our primary expense right now is R&D. But as we move forward, manufacturing and marketing become increasingly important. And we're aiming to sell our devices at a 60 to 70% gross margin. Now, let me tell you about the organ on a chip market, which was valued at $117 million last year. And there's an increasing demand for specialized services in designing, developing, and customizing organ-on-a-chip platforms, which is exactly the gap that AccuCell will fill. Leveraging this, we will achieve a 1.5% market penetration, which translates to $1.1 million in first-year sales. Now, talking about gaps in the market, let's take a look at our competitive landscape. All of these are qualities that make our devices more accurate and at a lower cost than animal testing. But also, these qualities make our devices up to 5 times more efficient than any of our competitors. Let me take a second and point out again our liberty of configuration. This is what will put us ahead and make us leaders in this market. Our go-to-market strategy begins today by winning the Startup Texas competition. This money will help us kickstart our research necessary to develop and submit a successful SBIR grant in the first quarter of 2025. Our growth strategy is based around progressing through phase 1 and 2 of SBIR in order to support our prototype design, product development, and eventually our market entry. Our team, based in Brownsville, consists of my co-founder, Roberto Herrera, in mechatronics engineering, and myself in biotechnology. We're also surrounded by a network of expert advisors from Expanding Frontiers and Anáhuac Mayab University. So join us in bridging the gap from animal testing to safer, accurate, and effective clinical trials. And together, let's make life-saving treatments more affordable for all. Thank you.
Can you just briefly explain a little bit more in detail what exactly will the companies be buying? Is it a printer with the capability of doing the chips, or is it the technology, or what exactly? Just a few more words on that.
So, sorry, what we're selling? Yeah, it's the device. Yeah, what we're aiming to sell and build is the device that contains we call them microorgans to do the testing. So basically, we sell the testing devices to these CROs.
Oh, yeah. So I want to know about the level of research. So one, how much money is the R&D taking? I saw the product roadmap, but I want to know like how much is invested right now, has been invested, and needs to be invested. And then two, I want to know what the level of integration of AI is in the studying of development of the simulations of these organs, so that I can understand, because when you look at the Howpot group, or sorry, I'm getting the word wrong, but if you go to 23andMe, you'll see that you're part of a maternal Howpot group and the way the DNA works, right? And so everyone has a different configuration of tissues, and you have to take that into consideration. So sometimes you can use AI so that you can run those simulations ahead of time to save money. I want to know if you're actually thinking about that.
Yes, we are. We're going to initially sell the devices, but as we grow and as we develop and as we get more data from this higher and more accurate testing, we will use this data eventually to expand into a data-driven service.
Haplo, that's the word I was looking for, Haplo.
Okay.
I'm related with the stem cells business for another reason, so I can kind of understand a bit of what you're saying. Can you explain a little bit more about your experience doing this? Your experience doing this?
Yeah. Well, I personally have a background in biotechnology, and we're also, okay, so yeah. So if I go back a little longer, all my life I've been interested in medicine, and recently, about a year and a half ago, I got interested in tissue engineering, and eventually this is what got me to choosing this technology to develop this product. But we're also surrounded by a team of, Jane Lee Higgs is one of our expert advisors with over 30 years in medical devices and technology like this. Plus, back at Anáhuac Mayab University, we also have a team of researchers that are supporting this with us. Thank you.